One last question about the EPL, Nigel. Where's Harry Kane ending up next year?
Well, I think he stays at Tottenham.
Yeah?
Well, £150 million for a player 28 years of age. And who's going to take that? And if you're Manchester City or Manchester United and you can get Haaland for £150 million at 21, built the way he is to become the next player, it's a no-brainer. At 28 years of age, you're not going to take 150 million. At 80 million, 100 million, Harry Kane moves, but it's on the price.
Yeah.
Harry Kane is not. He's got problems with his knee. He's got problems with his ankles. He's had problems. He's missed periods of football, and at 28, they're not going to get better. So, in my opinion, I think it's a tactic to say to Tottenham, you get a good manager in.
Yeah.
You give the manager £200 million to build this club, and I'll stay. You give me more wages, but £150 million in a pandemic, I just can't see people taking the risk. But if you've got Haaland for 150 million, I think he'd be the one you want to get.
I'm interested to see what Liverpool does, to see if they bring in anybody either. Because you look at Liverpool's roster, like a lot of those guys are close to 30 now, Nigel, and it feels like needs some young talent, at least up top, to replace Firmino from time to time.
Well, it looks like Wijnaldum's going to go, so
Yeah.
they're going to get some money from him. They're going to get some money. You're going to get a new signing in Van Dijk.
Yeah.
You know, that's going to be like getting the brand new player.
Absolutely.
You've got a brilliant centre forward in the goalkeeper.
That one brought me to my knees,
awesome.
pal. I thought we were cooked.
I think the thing is with football nowadays is that the scouting operation and what you got to get. I mean, if I was looking at Liverpool, I think they needed an extra body in midfield.
Yeah.
And I think they needed an extra striker. If I was Liverpool, I'd buy a Declan Rice.
Yeah.
Someone like that. But I think he'd probably go to Chelsea, but someone like that, or even a Souček from West Ham. He would be he probably wouldn't much. He's been a revelation this season for West Ham. Probably it cost you, I don't know, £50 million, which at the end of the day in this transfer world crazy world we live in, isn't a lot of money. But I think really with Liverpool, the trouble with Liverpool, the same players as you said, Gumpy, have played week in and week out for almost 3-4 years, and they've had no break. They've gone in, and all these players are going to go into a World Cup, a European Championship, a Copa America, and they're going to have no rest period, no rest period at all. So they do need some fresh blood. But I think Liverpool just get through the season, get the Super League problems out of the way, get through the season and see what you've got. But I do think there'll be some arrivals, but. I think a midfield player and another Thor would be the best option for Liverpool.
Nigel, can't thank you for your time. Before we let you out of here, I got two quick questions. First and foremost, will you tell people what they get at premiersportsplays.com?
Well, I mean, you get me rammed in a load of rubbish.
That's all we need, Nigel. That's all we need.
But no, we run a handicapping service like you get in the States. But the one thing about us, we don't lie about our figures. We're true. We're honest and we're transparent, and we offer it's a breakdown. It's a 200-word breakdown on why we're betting the plays. We bet on the soccer, which I do. I do the tennis as well, which is a sport that I've always loved. And I've got a couple of guys who do the golf for me are fantastic, and we offer services. But what we try to do is we try to make a community. So we have a lot of podcasts, we have a lot of interaction. We do in-play shows, YouTube shows. Just try to make it like a club kind of thing for a club. So, yeah, I mean, if it's something you're interested in, but I'm always on Twitter. You can follow me on Twitter at Seeley_Nigel. I'm always giving plays and playing information and stuff like that. But, yeah, it's on there. If it's something you're interested in, have a look. But, if not, it's all right with me.
And then quickly, we're 8 days away from Champions League final. Is it City's to lose, obviously? And then you talked about the Euros. Do you have an early pick for the Euros?
I'll ask you a Euro question first, because I think that's probably easier for me. Because I bet Denmark at 80-1.
Okay.
They're now 25-1, 33-1. So I bet Denmark. I've also bet Foden, the boy at Manchester City, to be the player of the tournament at 50-1. Because I think that England I don't think England will win it.
It's not coming home.
Nah, it's never coming. Not in my life. We haven't got the bottle.
As long as I can play that song for a couple weeks every once in a while, Nige, it's good in my books.
Well, we won't win it. Listen, I've got to show you something. I've got 2 tickets here to the England Euros games right at Wembley.
That's awesome.
And this is the game that if we win the group at Wembley, look, it's my birthday, last 16. If we win the group, we play either Germany or France in a knockout game at Wembley. You can't keep feeling that. And I thought to myself, I'm going to splash out. I'm going to splash out and go, you know my luck, we're going to come second in the group and I'm going to be watching Scotland against Portugal. It's going to be an absolute nightmare. But I back Foden to be the player of the tournament at 50 because I think England will be so attack-minded. I think they're going to score loads of goals. I think their defence is as much use as a chocolate fire guard, and their goalkeeper. Well, I could play goal. But better than him. But I think our problem is defence. I think going forward would be really pleasing, and I think Foden will be the star of the tournament. But Denmark is the team I've bet purely from value. If you ask me now, if my life depended on it, who I would bet to win it, I would bet France. If I was, because I think they're the best team. They're the World Cup winners. And they've got, in my opinion, the best player in the tournament in Mbappe. And I think they could win it. With regard to the Champions League final, I really think that Manchester City have this kind of factor that they will be able to go with it through on the big stage. And Chelsea have this sort of ability to frustrate them. There's no other team in European football that I think can nullify Manchester City or make them look very ordinary like Chelsea can. You remember Chelsea beat them in the league. They went to Man City. They beat them in the FA Cup. So I think from a betting point of view, I tell this, if you are an odds maker and you're doing soccer and you've got to price up, you've got to make the line for Chelsea v Manchester City in the Champions League final, and that you get it wrong, well, you should be getting the sack because how wrong, you can't get that game wrong. The only thing I would say to you is I think it will be a dull game. I think it'll be very low scoring. I think Chelsea games under Thomas Tuchel was a very unders matches, and I think Man City will be nervous. So I don't think we're going to watch a game that's going to be 2-2, 3-2, 3-3 thriller. I think it's going to be a 0-0, cagey 1-1, and I think it could be a long one. So I think nerves will play a big part for Manchester City. And despite Chelsea having a lot of young players, they've won the Champions League before. They know what to do on the big stage. And I think for Man City, it's been their holy grail for so many years now under Pep Guardiola that nerves may play a part in this game. So I think it'd be quite low scoring, very tight, and I'd probably play the draw in 90 minutes. But Man City should, with their quality, win it. But I just think that there's a big question mark about their temperament in the Champions League final.